Go ahead and save that. And then I need to create an actual class to implement that. So test omnidirectional fighter, just because omnidirectional is an awesome word. No, I spelled that wrong. Omnidirectional shooter. And this is going to inherit from the enemy class that I just created. And let's see here. I want to make it so that maybe it fires every couple of seconds. So let's add a field for that. Public float fire delay equals, let's say it fires every 2 seconds. Public float aim time equals 0.1. And I guess, let's see here, I'll just implement a private field, float last or current time, and I'm going to default it to 0. I believe that's redundant. Yeah, thank you, ReSharper. So I'm going to check if current time is greater than fire delay. Then I'm going to call on the the function that I implemented in the enemy class, and that is fire projectile. And let's see here, I need to make that a field also, public game object projectile, and I need to make sure that this projectile has a rigid body attached, or else I'll get a null reference exception. But I think I can handle that without checking for it in the code itself. So I'll pass in projectile object. Well, I can make that a field also for now, and if I need to change it later, then I'll do so. And target. Float time. Let's see here. Public float reaction time. And let's give the player about a second to react to the shot before they get hit. Reaction time. And aim time. And then I'll reset current time to 0. I need to make sure that I actually increase this by time.delta time. Alright, and I'll invert that. And yeah, that should cover it. So I'll save this, minimize. I'll go ahead and create a new game object. Actually, scratch that. I'm going to make a sphere, or a cube, just because cubes are cool. I have no idea what happened there. Oh, there we go. Alright, so the cube. Going to add a component. I haven't categorized it yet, so it should be test omnidirectional shooter. Let's see here. Target should be, there we go. Close that. Projectile. I'm going to actually make a sphere. I don't know why it's putting it right where the camera is. But component, physics, rigid body. I don't want it to use gravity. And I'll take care of destroying it once it gets out of range later. I don't want any constraints. I do want to interpolate it though. So, yeah, and then I guess I'll create a prefab out of that. First I'm going to name it test projectile. Drag this over to there. Nice new thing that they added in Unity 3.4. You can just drag objects over into the project view and it creates a prefab for you. So yeah, let me select my omnidirectional shooter and add a game object for the projectile, and I believe I called that test projectile right here. Alright, so going to actually zoom in near the player. Going to grab the omnidirectional shooter that is just created and align it with my view. So, fingers crossed that this cube decides to launch little spheres at the player's ship. So, let's see. And it doesn't. How great. So, I'm going to pause. Test projectile. Move on over to that. I don't know why it's creating them out here. Let's advance by a frame and see what's happening. Okay. Did I forget? I forgot to make it relative to the shooter position. And my mouse cursor decided to disappear, so let's see if I can. Alright. So let me open the file back up again. I'm going to ignore that. Go back to the enemy. I want to do transform.position and quaternion.identity. And what are you yelling? Yeah. Alright. Save. And hey, it's launching spheres at me. Woohoo. And it's pretty much hitting me. Of course, they're not bouncing off the player yet, but, well, it works.